Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we take an in-depth look into Thesis Gold Corp. Ticker is TAU on the TSXV. Join with me again, CEO Ewan Webster. Welcome, sir.
Kyle, thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you back. So I got to say, you guys have a pretty robust balance sheet going into the 6-month end, over 20 million in cash and virtually no debt that has been funding a lot of your drill programs at the ranch. What kind of updates can you offer us on how that's going?
Yeah, we have fantastic cash position at the moment, 23 million or thereabouts in the bank. The drill program is going really well. You know, I probably saw a release that we put out there about a week ago, but we're doing about 20,000 meters of drilling this year, and it's a phased approach to drilling. The first phase is really confirmation drilling of some of the known zones on the project that were drilled quite a bit in the 70s and 80s, but sadly we don't have any of that historic core. So that confirmation of drilling will do a few things for us. It'll allow us to use that historic drilling in a future resource. It'll also give us a really good idea of what the geology looks like, the alteration, the mineralization, and that'll allow us to kind of embark on phase two, which is basically expanding those known zones of mineralization along strike at depth. They're wide open. 95% of the historical drilling was all under 100 meters depth as well, so they barely scratched the surface. So we'll be testing these zones at depth. And then phase three, and probably the most exciting part of the program, is really testing new targets. We've developed probably upwards of 15 targets at this point that have never been drill tested, that share all the same characteristics as the known zones of mineralization. And we're just about to embark on that phase of the program as well. We have 2 diamond rigs turning at the moment. And some of the initial visuals coming out of the drilling are really impressive. We're hitting exactly what we anticipated. So right now we're drilling at the Bonanza zone, and what we're seeing is just broad intervals of vuggy silica with then kind of larger intervals of silica alteration, and visible gold as well, and copper mineralization and the core. So that's really encouraging from the start of the program.
So from those programs specifically, what is the last quarter of the year going to look like for your expansion here? Because you're saying that you have a lot going on beyond that. Can you just offer some insights on where you guys see yourself heading just within the last quarter?
Sure. So the drill program will probably be wrapped up by the end of October. And right now as well, we have a pretty extensive exploration program going on, because historically we just focused on 20 square kilometers right at the heart of the project. We now hold over 178 square kilometers. So 95% of the project is really seeing no work whatsoever. So that program is trying to delineate new targets for follow-up work for partly this year's program, but also next year's program. And it's a pretty extensive soil program across the project, 8,000 plus samples, rock sampling, geophysics. We're doing ground IP, we're doing ground magnetics, we're flying a property-wide airborne geophysical survey, a VTEM survey, and we're also doing a property-wide LiDAR survey as well. So that is all going on right now, and will be wrapped up by the end of October as well. And then in terms of news flow, I think we can anticipate pretty strong news flow through the fall, every 7 to 10 days, with drill results starting pretty quickly here.
All right, so we got lots to look forward to. So I'm going to tangent off a little bit. Thanks for those updates. Like I said, I was going through a lot of different gold companies, and I noticed you guys have a large attraction of institutional shareholders, quite a substantial amount of the shares outstanding, actually. Do you mind offering some insights on how you're kind of attracting those? Because obviously, for the retail standpoint, that offers somewhat stability to the stock price.
Indeed, I think for the junior space, we're in a bit of a unique situation, and I think what attracted those institutions to the story initially was, partly the project, partly myself maybe, and partly our team. But I'm formerly the senior geologist with Benchmark Metals, which is the project just to the south of us, and I stepped away from that to take on the role of Thesis Gold. And a lot of that shareholder base were familiar with the project, familiar with the area, so we're happy to come over and support Thesis as well. Really saw the opportunity in the ranch project. So I think, probably about 60% of our stock is held right now by institutions, and then there's a strong position held by management as well. It's about 25%. So that definitely provides some stability to the stock.
Well, I really appreciate your time, Ewan. I hope we can get you back on here very shortly with some further exploration updates. Thanks so much.
Perfect. Thanks, Kyle.
All right, stay cool, stay awesome, and we'll catch you guys next time.